to say, but the words sometimes get in the way. I just want to show my feelings for you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's nothing that I'd rather do than spend every moment with you. I guess you should know that I love you so. I really do. Yes. You are my lady. You're everything that I need and more. You are my lady. You're all that I'm living for. You are my lady. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Hello everybody. It is I, Freddie Jackson. We're having conversations, or a conversation today. First of all, we'd like to thank God for today and for him giving us yet another blessed day on this earth. So we thank God for that. And all things we have to start out by giving him the praise and honor. And I thank him for allowing me to be able to come to you for 3 Thursdays now in a row. And I'm enjoying this. And the response is incredible. You seem to be enjoying this at the same time. And what better way for me to enjoy this time that's really hard for all of us, being locked away and locked in, usually on the road, but to be able to be here with you at least one day out of the week for a few moments and sharing some of my thoughts, my ideas, how I'm feeling, also finding out how you're feeling, what's going on with you, because we're in trying times right now. You know, people are thinking the worst and feeling the worst. And so as opposed to sinking into that dark place, I find it rewarding to come here for the last 3 Thursdays and speak to you about who I am, where I'm going, what I've been doing, how you have been in my life, and how you have affected me for the last 35 years. 35 years I've been doing this as a solo artist right now, for 35 years. And that truly is enough for me to give God thanks. I don't know about you, but I'm grateful. I'm truly grateful for my surroundings and where I'm at in my life. I'd like to give a shout out to Lady Miss Erling Franklin, who is the sister-in-law of the beloved Queen of Soul that just passed, Miss Aretha Franklin, who just buried her brother. I like to say, I love you, and you are in my prayers, and I love you dearly. You know, God does all things for a reason, but right now, I want you to know that you are in my prayers, and all of our friends. We run in the same circle, so I want to say Erling Franklin in Florida, especially with COVID rampantly running right now. I want to say I love you, and I thank you. Let me fix this shirt. It's too nice to be messed up. To just say I there on myself right after Erling. But I thank you so much, and I love you, Erling. So good things are going on. I'm writing. I was just in the studio the other day with my producer, James, who was kind of pushy the other day. I don't know what was wrong with him, but I had to kind of put him in check.
That's how it went down, Mr. Jackson?
Oh, is that you?
That's how it went down?
You're back this Thursday? You didn't get the memo? cease and descent. Yeah, you kind of like reminded me of a producer that I love very dearly, Mr. Paul Lawrence. Hopefully, we'll get him to join us once we get the screen thing going. But Paul Lawrence used to always. I loved recording with Paul Lawrence, but he was a piece of work. He was one of those producers that would not look at you when he wanted you to do things over again. That's Paul. That's my buddy. A little gray there now, huh, Paul? Okay, but I love you. That's from all of the times you tortured me in the studio. That's what's going on with that. But you're looking good. But Paul Lawrence, who wrote Rock Me Tonight for old time's sake, and I think it's important for us as artists to also let you know the history of people like Paul. Paul Lawrence, really, the history of Paul. If it wasn't for Paul, you probably would have never really known about Freddie Jackson. I was working at my job, typing notes, letters. I was a word processor. I had a full-time job. I took the subway and the whole 9 yards, and Paul Lawrence called me on my job and said, you really need to get up from behind that typewriter and find you a singing job so I can invite some people. And so I took his advice, and I did a show, and he invited, of course, Miss Melba Moore and her new company that she had just started. But if it was not for Paul, I would probably still be typing letters. But he urged me and pushed me to really to get out there. And so it's important. People want to tell the story way after you're gone. They want to tell it their way. Well, I think it's important for me right now to pay homage to this man because he pushed me. Jam Tonight, I wrote it in the projects, and Paul Lawrence had given us all an assignment as a group. LJE was the name of the group, Lawrence Jones Ensemble. And he told us all, I want you to all go home and write a song because we're doing this show for elderly people. And we want them to have something to dance to. So I went home and my little tape recorder, and I started singing, tell me why you came here. And then it proceeded into Jam Tonight. And Paul took it and he made it magic. So that was my beginning in writing because he pushed me to do that. And I give him thanks for pushing me to do that because now I'm just writing and writing and writing. And then we went on and we collaborated with Tasty Love and, I mean, so many, many, many other songs. But Rock Me Tonight, of course, was the beginning of my life. It stayed #1 for 24 weeks in a row. I made a lot of people a little upset. But so what? I had fun. But I thank Paul, and I love him dearly. He's down in North Carolina doing his thing, getting that Southern love. And if you're watching Paul, if you see our good friend Sonny Moore, who is a part of our beginning, Paul Lawrence and I started also in the White Rock Baptist Church along with Valerie Simpson and Nick Ashford. Incredible church, incredible choir. So, Paul, I just wanted to let people know that if it had not been for you, then the world probably, you put me into the arms of Miss Melba Moore, and I thank you very much for that, and I love you dearly. But this guy over here, James Evan, he tried to give me a little Paul Lawrence the other day. See, Paul wouldn't look at you, he'd just go, one more. One more with his head down. I'm like, you can at least look at me if you go work me like a slave here, but...
That's what I was doing?
You hardly looked at me the other day, and I took offense to that. As good as I'm looking, you could have at least looked at me and said, Mr. Jackson, would you like to take that once more?
I'm pretty sure I'm like, Mr. Jackson, now that was an amazing take. I think maybe possibly we could even do more amazing.
I feel like you're lying to me right now, and I don't like it. I'm getting upset. I need to talk to people that really love me, and not you. No, I love you.
I know.
Yeah, because I don't want you to work me like a slave next week. But I appreciate you, Paul. I love you. And James, he likes you. But we appreciate everything that you've done. Strange thing. I'm getting all this conversation, and people are like, is that really Little Richard? on your promo before this show goes up, Little Richard?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's the Little Richard that presented me with that American Music Award." I've met some of the greatest in this industry, but Little Richard really was an incredible and a funny man, a genuine guy. And I remember when he gave me the award and then we were walking off stage, and I was like, "Mr. Richard, thank you so much. I appreciate you giving this to me." And he says, Oh, it's my pleasure. Just go on out there and do what you got to do now. You're a winner now, Freddie. You're a winner now. Shut up and just go out there and do what you got to do. I said, I got my own very own shut up. From Little Richard, it was, that's that other singer that's in
all these other winners, and this never be me.
let's see.
I am ever won nothing. And I told y'all last year I didn't get nothing. And they haven't gave me nothing here either.
I was sitting in my seat screaming when he was here. I said, "Would you please just say whether I won? Did I win or lose? Would you just say it?" He just kept going.
Everybody think it's time for me to win. Stand to your feet. Let me see you.
I was
Stand
like,
up
"Would
if
you get
think
to
it's
the
time for me to
point,
win.
Mr.
Let me see
Richard?"
you. Stand up.
He worried about if he's winning or not.
Yeah, at my moment.
Yeah.
Well, possibly my moment at that time. I'm like, "Could you please just say it? Could you just shut up
All my life.
and
And I ain't
say
never got
it?"
nothing. And see, they're telling me to hush or hurry up.
Yeah.
Nice and slow. Freddie Jackson. Hello?
I was a little tenderoni there. Nice jacket.
I want to thank you all very much. I want to thank you for being a part of my life
I still do.
and being a part of my career. And I thank each and every one of you right up there.
Oh, man.
I thank you right there, and may God continue to bless you. And let's just continue to just take it nice and slow.
That boy got talent. Did you hear? Sign that boy up. Give him good.
That boy good.
That boy good. Sexy chocolate. Oh, sexy chocolate. Oh, you got to get your own, my brother. That's what I got to say. You got to get your own. But that was an amazing, amazing moment in my life. Little Richard. I mean, iconic. But a funny story. We were all backstage and in the dressing room area, in the makeup room, and Little Richard walked in, and it was a few celebrities. I won't say the name, but they will remember the moment. And so Little Richard walked in, and he was kind, and he was like, "Hey, how everybody doing? How everybody doing?" And so we were like, "Hello." And so he sat down in the chair, and Little Richard comes prepared. You're like, "Why is he in the makeup chair?" And so he looked at the young lady and she says, "Well, Mr. Richard, would you like us to just start all over?" And he looked at her, he says, "Start all over? This is my face. You put more on top of this. That's what you do." And so we all hollered. We were no good in that room, but he was just so genuine, and I never forget it. So whenever I sit in the makeup chair, I say, "Shut up and just start all over." But I have to be honest with you. I have met some of the most incredible people in this journey, 35 years. I have no regrets whatsoever. Time is crazy. It's nuts. I'll be damned moment today. I have to tell you this. I am now living in New Jersey, so I'm, getting my surroundings. I want to go out and I want to do my New York walk and let them know that Freddie's on the block. Jenny's on the block. Freddie's on the block. So I figured that I'd get out and say hello and meet some people. So I was shopping the other day, and a guy came up to me and he looked me in my eyes behind the mask, because that's all we can really see. I don't know if I told you this the other day. It was when I was here in the studio, and I went out and I bought a couple of shirts.
Oh, yeah, you did tell me about this.
Yeah. And so this guy walked up to me, and he says, "Is you who I think you is?" So I said, "Well, who do you think I is?" And so he said, "That singer. That singer that died." I said, said, huh? He said, you know, I sing that song. You and my lady, rock me tonight. Freddie Jackson, you know who you are. You know why you trying to act like you hiding behind the mask. I said, I'm not hiding. We gotta wear a mask. He's like, yeah, you that guy. I used to love you. What happened? I said, well, you said I died. So it's amazing. That's the I'll be damn moment for this week, because I was like, I'll be damn if I'm dead. I think I'm alive. But it's just amazing how sometimes some of the things that people will walk up to you and say, you have to really be on your guard, because I could have been offended. But thank God I was alive to defend myself. But then he wanted, like, can I shake your hand? COVID. No. Back up. So I walk with these. I got one in my left and right hand. When I turn left to right, I got one of those. And you should as well. But it was as genuine as it was and as nice as it was. It just, some people, everybody just thinks that everybody know where you're at and what's going on. Well, I'm so glad at this moment I can say that it's not a Curtis Mayfield story. Freddie's dead. No, he's not. He's yet alive. And I'm doing it, and I'm doing it well. And I'm glad to be able to share that with you. We're just having a little, what I call a little chit-chat. As we would say in Europe, we're just chit-chatting with each other, a little conversation, as a matter of fact, and having a little tea at the same time. It's tea time, and we're just chit-chatting and conversating and having a really good Thursday. What you don't know is that I look forward to this so much. I've been up all morning just preparing myself to just have this moment with you. Also, someone stopped me and they were looking at me and saying, oh man, you the King of New York. I'm like, huh? The movie, The King of New York. And people are always talking about that cult movie that was bigger than I think anybody could ever imagine. It took me a long time to do those lines. I mean, I had about a paragraph, but it took me a half a day to get it because I'm not an actor. And all the actors and actresses were laughing. It was like, take your time, Freddie. We love you fouling this up because we don't have to act today. And eventually I got it. Mr. Christopher Walken screamed, think of this paragraph like a song. And when I did it, I actually got to take it. And he was like, oh, now we got to go back to work. But that was an incredible movie. Big stars. Lawrence Fishburne, Giancarlo Esposito, Wesley Snipes, Freddie Jackson. I was nominated for an Oscar in that role, but soon come. But it was such an incredible movie, and people always see me, Italian people, they're like, the King of New York. And I feel like, yeah, I've been done. I'm all in it. But it was such a great movie, and it followed me the majority of my career to this day. So I appreciate when people let me know that they have been following me for years and going, yeah, there we go, the King of New York. Well, they wanted me to be in that picture, but I didn't make it to that photo shoot.
You were a bigger star than all of them.
Well, so. I was waiting for my solo movie. Freddie, the bodyguard, is the bodyguard. That was my new movie. But it was a great, great experience. And then I got a chance to do Family Matters with Urkel and stuff like that. I even did the Golden Girls. I actually sat with all of those women on the Golden Girl. That's why I look back and I say, when people are wondering where you are and what you've done, that my career has been filled up with incredible moments. Some people have forgotten, some people remember. But during this time right now, it allows me to reminisce on things. I did something very, very special. Y'all got everything. I can't lie about nothing. Look at that suit.
What color is that suit, Mr. Jackson?
Are you trying to be funny? That was lime green and purple. Kind of circusy, but it was a hit back in that day with the shoulder pads. You know, Freddie Jackson didn't go anywhere without shoulder pads. I got boxes I got shoulder pads to rent out if you need shoulder pads. But they kind of, I was a little chunkier, and it gave me an A-line waist size, you know, and so I was very fashionable. But then every guy had shoulder pads in his suits. Everybody. I wasn't the only one. Jeffrey Osborne had them too. We talked to Jeffrey and I talked about it.
That was an 80s look.
That was the 80s look.
Yep.
Every now and then I slide a few in. I remember the time. And I slide a shoulder pad in and do what I got to do. One dropped out one show, but I just held it up like, let's go with it. But those are the good old days. Those are the good old wonderful days touring with In Vogue. We had a great time in touring together, and Miss Regina Bell. I had really loved touring with Regina Bell. And you all did too, because you kept asking us to repeat it. And that's a good repeat. So eventually I would like to do another tour with a lot of my friends, Melissa Morgan, Najee, you know, this kind of goes on and on. Good music show, and people that I know. Of course, there's no one like the incredible Melba Moore, who taught me so many stage techniques. So that's why I enjoy doing this. So many stories to tell, and I want to talk about it, and there's a lot of them. Some of them I cannot tell because people will be like, Freddie, you're not supposed to tell that. And I know I talk a lot, but I want to keep my friends. Look at those shoulder pads. Look at us in there. Look at there. We was fighting. I remember this shoot, Melba Moore and I. The photographer came to our manager and said, could you please ask them not to put any more pads in their clothes? If Melba's watching, he's sick. We just, because hers were big, but I was like, well, mine got to be big too. So he asked us to hug each other, but we couldn't get near each other because we was...
It's a shoulder pad battle.
We were like running backs. She put a pad in, I put a pad in. You got a pad, I got a pad. All God children got a pad. See, that's why they don't let me out. Because I started off nice, but then I just go rambling on and on. But I got to laugh. We had a good time. Boy, did that picture take me back. Mm-hmm. I was the original Patty.
Well, I want to take this chance right now to shout out everyone who's watching. We got a bunch of people on Facebook. We're streaming on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So everyone who is in those chats, just give a shout out to Mr. Jackson, and he will respond. We'll try to get it to him so he can say hi to you. Also, Mr. Jackson mentioned the I'll be damned moment that he had.
I'll be damned.
We're going to turn that into a nice little segment where everyone can let Mr. Jackson know about any I'll be damned moment that they have.
And I know they're having them.
Oh, if you have an I'll be damned moment, you can send us a video or an email message to convoswithfreddiejackson@gmail.com. We'll have someone put that up in the chat. convoswithfreddie@gmail.com. And send your I'll be damned moment there, and it could be read live on air, and Mr. Jackson will give his advice or his reaction or his response.
I'll just say, I'll be damned.
I'll be damned.
I'll be damned. And you know, speaking of I'll be damned, you're starting to get a lot of shots. I've seen this the last couple of weeks. I'll be damned if you're gonna take this moment away from me. I got one Thursday. Every Thursday you get more shots. We must talk about this.
I didn't have no shot last week.
Yeah,
I had
you
no
didn't,
shot.
No, that's because you didn't shave.
He's trying to make up for it last week.
Mo, you had some shots, but you always kind of like picture ready,
Yeah.
cute and stuff like that, looking on Simonian and stuff like
Simonian. That is a new adjunctive.
I like it. What his name is? Simone.
No, but that is a thing. We're going to use that.
All Simonian cute and stuff like that. Looking at, you more shots. But you just like hogging the shots. And then I get my keyboard player over here. Every time I come in, I'm like, where is he at? And they're like, he's outside. I'm like, outside doing what? I know we're in the hood, but what is he doing?
The Steve Hansberger band.
Steve Hansberger out there like, I will survive. First, I was alone. I was petrified. But we love you, Steve, and we thank you so much for coming in to play the piano on those couple of selections.
So I have some questions that we're going to ask.
Did you just break into my conversation?
He sure did. He sure
Listen,
did interrupt you.
I think this is a recording.
I'm getting tapped by the executive producer like, let's get some questions going.
Who pays any attention to him? Who pays
I do.
Well, you have to, but, I've got my pen. I take care of business around here, buddy. This is my world. But what was it that you were trying to say?
We have some people that are shouting you out. They really want to tell you how much they love you. So I was just going to get to the chat a little bit.
Of course. Shit chat.
So we have Marilyn Wembley says, how's your day been? That's the question that she has for you.
Marilyn, sounds like you're trying to get a little personal. But that's okay. No. Actually, it's been a wonderful day. I wake up in the morning, and I do my regimen. You'll be proud of this, Simone. I've been doing my treadmill, and I've been eating every morning, and I love to cook. So I've been eating. I say my prayer and my meditation. And today, of course, I felt good in my thought of what I'm going to say, how I'm going to say it, and looking forward to saying it to people like you, Marilyn. And I thank you so much.
Okay, so we have Denise Hines Wells wants to know who wrote my favorite songs, Look Around and Rub Against You.
Oh, what do you know about that nasty song? You must be a fresh lady. Rub up against. I got in so much trouble when I recorded that song. They were like, how dare Freddie Jackson say words like rub up against you? What is it that he wants to rub up against? I mean, radio tore me up. I'm like, it's just a song.
Can you imagine? Look at what they playing now.
Right now it'll be another hit. Oh, rub it, Freddie. Go on and rub it. But it would be it. But they gave me and it was an incredible song written and produced by Gerald Levert. Gerald Levert, my buddy, my boy. Eddie Levert used to see Gerald and I when we used to do shows together, and Eddie used to chase us and say, why don't y'all stop acting like two little kids and get on stage and do what y'all supposed to do? Because we just be chasing each other and punching each other, but having a good time. So when Gerald came with the song Rub Up Against You, I'm like, well, I don't know if I should be singing this. And they're like, oh, man, this is Gerald. And, Gerald's in that groove there. I said, but I don't groove like Gerald. But we went in the studio and we did it, and we had such a good time doing it. So it's a very fresh song, but it's a funky song. I got music that people probably don't even know about. And that's one of the great songs. But the other song was
Look Around.
Oh, my wonderful friend and songwriter, Miss Janice Dempsey. Beautiful. Listen, lover, let me tell you something I've been longing to say. Lately you've been distant, growing further every day. Beautiful lyrics. You met Janice when we did a show. Mm-hmm. Lovely friend of mine, incredible songwriter. She's written for Shaka Khan and many. But Paul Lawrence produced the song, Look Around, Nobody's Gonna Love You Like Me. That's written by Miss Janice Dempsey.
Okay, so we got a bunch of people on Facebook as well. I'm sure Rachel has some questions over there that she wants to read off.
Yeah, we got
Rachel, my sweet Rachel.
Yeah, so one question we have here, actually a comment. So this is from Robert Lego. He said, "Rock Me Tonight was the very first CD I purchased while stationed in Germany in 1985.
Wow.
Used to play all the hits from 1985 to 1992. I have every single CD you had for sale. Nothing like the old songs from the 80s. Keep singing, Freddie.
Wow.
Wow, that's
awesome.
special. When I performed, that's very special, and thank you so much. When I performed in Germany, what an experience. I really felt like I was Michael Jackson. I mean, they were running down the street, banging on their car, Freddie, and I'm like, for me? You know, so I kind of like stuck my head out the window, and I was like, you know, I originated that. You know, I'm the founder of that. And they was like, "Oh, we thought that was Michael." No, let me stop. But it was an amazing feeling when I was in Germany. It was so much love, and coming from New York, I have never experienced that type of feeling of all types of kinds of people just embracing this soul, hardcore, for old time's sake, soul music. So thank you so much. I've got stories that Germany was an incredible place for me. But I won't go into them right now. But I remember the time, I really do. And it was a wonderful moment for me.
We could shout out a couple of people that we have watching from all over the world. We have Chicago, Tennessee, Paris, Sydney, UK, and others in the house right now.
People like
Brazil.
checking this out.
Yeah, Brazil as well.
Oh my God, I got to keep buying some new shirts. It's been an ongoing situation, I think. But that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's a good.
Your
good
music has reached
thing.
the entire world.
Isn't that something, huh? Some things we forget in life. But I'm truly blessed. I've truly been blessed. 35 years, and it's still resounding. People are still listening to Jam tonight on Snoop Dogg's radio show. I mean, we got a call about a month ago, and they said over 30,000 people were chiming in nonstop on his show after he played "Tasty Love," and it's still living. I'm blessed, cause Snoop Dogg, and then you have Outkast, who took one of my songs and redid it. Money's Just a Touch Away, and we were awarded last year on an award show together, and I had a chance to tell them thank you, and also Jamie Foxx,
Ball Greasy.
Bruno Mars gave me on this Bruno Mars on his brand new album, track number 5. He's like screaming the name Freddie Jackson. So, it's still going on and it's still continuing. And I'm blessed when cats like that just take a moment to let me know that they appreciate my music. I mean, even in today's era, they're like still, I mean, Have You Ever Loved Somebody is almost an anthem. It's like a brand new song. I think someone just cut it again. Najee, of course, saxophone player, he did it. But I always say, when it's right, it's all right. Tasty love. When it's tasty and it lasts like that, it will last forever.
Mm-hmm.
So we have another comment here from Cindy Wright. She says, "You still got it." She commented this when you were singing a little bit earlier and said, "I was playing one of your songs and the mailman got wind of the song, started singing it like he was talking to someone special."
Not right.
And she said, "You are special. I'm sending love to my friend forever."
Mailman always rings twice. Okay, and don't you forget that, Cindy. Never forget. Always pick up your mail. I do. I love you.
So I want to jump in real quick because we just had a shout out from someone that you mentioned earlier, Mr. Paul Lawrence.
Paul Lawrence. Oh man.
He says, "I remember you used to get so angry with me for making you sing over and over again."
Oh, so you remember, huh?
he remembers.
He used to. I'm telling you, hey Paul, what's up? Wow. Wish he was here right now so you can give it to him. But Paul, I've told the world about you, and I will continue to tell them about you, for not you hearing what I didn't even hear. I couldn't be sitting here singing these songs, but I will forever scream your praise. And we had conversation a few weeks ago, and we just went back to being in the projects in your mother Zetta's house, and she would feed me, and we would write songs and feed me and write songs, and she would put me out. But we would have a good time just in Harlem, walking the streets and hoping and wishing on a star, and we did it, and we did. Paul has quite a few wonderful CDs of his own out. You should check them out. And but he's a very talented guy. He did Lilo Thomas and Melissa Morgan, and I'm just grateful that he saw something special in me. So thank you for chiming in. I'll give you a holla, real holla, homeboy holla tomorrow.
Okay, I'm going to take a question from YouTube again. Before I do, just reminder to everyone that's watching right now, everyone who's in the chat, if you hit the like button for us and let people know that this stream is happening. You can share it on all platforms. We're right now on Facebook and YouTube, so we're going to get it on more soon as soon as we get it up and running. But we have someone, Raul Aguirre says, what is your favorite Christmas music?
My favorite, well, I have to be honest with you, other than my incredible Christmas album, if you guys don't know about it, produced by Mr. Barry Eastman, I'm still a Nat King Cole fan. I must have Nat King Cole. I gotta have.
That's the best Christmas music.
Nat King Cole, and I have to have Natalie Cole. Both of those Coles. I had the pleasure of doing a duet called "I Do" with Natalie Cole, who was my friend. I remember us holding hands in San Francisco, walking up and down the streets in Tiburon together, where we recorded the song with Narada Michael Walden. And we just really talked friend talk, not show business talk. We talked friend talk, and I will forever miss her. But Christmas, for me, it's not Christmas until I hear Nat King Cole and Donny Hathaway.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else we got? Give us some more on Facebook, Rich.
So we do have Petty Stepney here, and she said, I would love to be able to reach out to his team and have him sing for my mom. She'd probably faint live on camera. So we can't do that right now, but if you want to give her a quick shout out, maybe her mom a shout out.
What's her mom's name?
So I didn't get the name there. She didn't comment back, but this is Petty, and maybe just, give a quick.
Petty.
Yeah.
I'll always love your mama. Sweetheart.
And then we have one other comment here from Danielle Ferguson. She said, hi, my name is Freddie. I love your music. I'm blind, deaf, and hard of hearing. She said she's been a fan for a long time.
Oh, my goodness. This touches my heart. Music is a powerful, powerful, powerful thing. Melba Moore told me that walking through the airport one time. She said, Freddie, always know that there's a song for everybody. Music is a powerful thing.
Okay.
You don't have to see it. You can just feel it. And I think that's what's important with me. That's what's missing in music today. The feel. Because in order for people to hold on to it, you got to give them something that they can feel. And that's why it's important for me to sing songs that have a beginning, middle, and a melody. And it must reach. The melody must reach. So I thank you for feeling my music, and I've got more for you to feel.
Beautiful. We did get a comment back from Petty. She said her mother's name is Devra with a V. Devra.
So now, Petty, you want me to sing I'll Always Your Mother. You working my nerve, Petty. Don't be petty. Petty, what's your mother's name?
Devra.
Deborah?
Uh-huh.
Deborah? I'll always love Deborah. That's the remix.
I got a youngin here on YouTube that chimed in. His name is Forgotten Kings TV on YouTube.
That's his name?
Yeah, I guess that's his username. Says Baltimore in the building, 90s baby, just saluting the legend.
Go.
We need more Freddie on YouTube.
Oh man, that's a good thing.
Yep.
Shout it out. Let everybody know Freddie Jackson has more to give you on YouTube. Stop messing around. I've got a new song out that's on YouTube. It's called Why, and it's about today. Mm-hmm. It actually is like us sitting here, Kyle, all of us, John, those are extra people that's in here that are a part of our staff here. But the song says, sitting around talking to some friends of mine, conversation came up, the question, why? That's the question today. Why? Why are we going through this? Why are we in such anguish, in such despair? Why? So check out YouTube and that song Why. And my brother, I thank you very much for shouting out and giving me some love.
All right, what we got, Rach?
Okay, so we have Harriet. Harriet M. I'm not sure how to say her last name, but she is saying, "Looking good, my love. Still playing your timeless music." We have Denise Hopkins. She says, "Hello from Chicago."
Shout out.
And then we also have Nan Peoples. She said, "Mr. Jackson, I might be one of your oldest fans. I've been listening to your music. I'm 72 years old. I love all of your tracks."
Hey, listen, it's like fine wine. It gets better. That's all, girl. Always remember that. It gets better with time. The Whisper said it, and it's true. It just gets better with time.
I got a comment here from Dominic McFadden.
Oh.
I got to hear all those songs before they were recorded. My dad, Gene McFadden, co-wrote some bangers for you.
Who is this?
Good to see you doing well.
Dominic McFadden, Gene McFadden's son.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. G. McFadden. Are you kidding? G. McFadden. Oh, man, the things I learned from that, if you're not familiar, G. McFadden is, ain't no stopping us now on the moon.
Backstabbers.
My God, Teddy Pendergrass songs. It goes on and on. McFadden, Philadelphia's finest writer. And I had the pleasure, G. McFadden wrote 2 of my #1 records. I Don't Wanna Lose Your Love.
Yep.
He also did a song called Janae. When I look back on the good times that I shared with you, Janae. It's another one. Gene wrote great, for me, but that I Don't Want to Lose Your Love. I don't want to lose it. And he wrote, just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Tonight, let's take our time. You guys are really kind of like...
That's the Steve Hansberger band.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Steve Hansberger. What key was that in?
Right?
I'm always on key. I don't get it twisted, my brother. What is it? Yeah. Here we go. Tonight, play it now, so you're going to get fired. Here I go. Tonight, let's take our time, erase what's on our minds. This may not come again. Gonna make this magic last. So let's not move too fast. You feel so good to me. I wanna hold you in my arms forever and not let go of you. Never feel me with your touch. 'Cause I could never get too much. Tell me what you want. Just a little bit more. That was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. That #1 that song. Written by Mr. G. McFadden. You just took me back there. Thank you so much, Steve. You must rehearse, though.
Once you got it right.
Love you, Steven. Love you too.
His face is so red.
I know. So that's basically a lot this week. Call next week or figure out your favorite song. Who knows? I may chime in and sing it. But once again, I just want to thank you all for allowing Freddie to get his thing off on Thursdays and laugh, because let me tell you, there's a lot to cry about. Also, I like to say I am so happy for Senator Kamala Harris. Absolutely stunning. And it just lets us all know that we're moving on up and we're going to be better. It's going to get better. Jesse Jackson would say we just got to keep hope alive. So I hope that next week you'll check me out and check out everybody. My staff is just 9, 10 of us. Mr. David Still, who has put this together for me. Look at that lady. I'm so proud of Miss Harris, Senator Harris. And so we're looking for great things to happen for all of us and to all of us. I think better days are ahead. They're truly ahead. In my heart, I believe it. And we're going to all get together and we're going to do these concerts again. We're going to yell. We're going to scream. We're going to do it for old time sake, just the way we used to do. And to all of you guys that's in this room, even you, Justin. but Justin, is my right-hand guy, takes me around. But I thank you all of you guys in this room, even you, James. I thank you all for coming out and doing this with me, because we're putting our lives in danger and at risk. But I thank you so much. And that's what friends are for, and that's what we do, and that's what we give. And I hope that something that I said made you smile, made you happy, because at the end of the day, we all need conversations. Let's do it next week. I love you. Until then, love is just a touch away. See you next week.